Hey, YouTube, we're going live. We're live. Hello.
Hello. We're live. Live from Radio BrendoMan. It's Radio BrendoMan. That's my
Live
tribute to
from
Don Pardo.
BrendoMan.
With Brendan Creasy, Phil Vecchio.
See, that's sad now. Aspiring comedians, they can't
I know, that was
aspire
it.
to Don Pardo saying your name. Now it's just going to be some dude.
Jim Pardont.
Can't believe he's still doing that in his 90s.
No.
Like, I knew he was old. I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah,
But then I
he was
realized,
one of
like, he
the,
did all those game shows, and those have been around
yeah,
forever.
he was one of the first people to announce that JFK was shot.
Jeez.
That's nuts.
All right, let's go.
All right. Here we go.
Did you check your
I
stuff?
did. I checked it. All right, recording. 3, 2, 1, record.
You almost messed me up there with the 3, 2, 1 thing.
Oh, I was trying to mix it up
What
tonight.
do you think you're doing? Okay. I got a cough. Hold up. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creasy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
What's going on, Phil?
Oh, so much.
So
So
much?
much. Yeah. It's been a crazy, crazy week around the Vecchio house.
Yeah, school, back to school.
Yeah. Audrey started her kindergarten year.
Yeah, I saw her picture and how she impressed the teacher her very first day.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. My mom was there, so she got to brag on my behalf. But for those that aren't on Facebook, the teacher was reading like a story. The parents got to go in for like the first 15 minutes, and the teacher read them a story. And there were raccoons in the story who like went to school at night. And the teacher was like, "Why do you think they would go to school at night?" And Audrey raised her hand, and she said, "Because raccoons are nocturnal."
If a kindergartner told
Yeah.
me that, I would be like, "What are you doing at this classroom? You are
Well, it
clearly
totally took her off guard. She like stopped and she's like, "Oh, okay. Well, what does nocturnal mean, Audrey?" And she's like, "Well, nocturnal means animals only are active at night."
oh
And
my
like
god."
she kind of laughed and she's like, "Well, class, we've just learned a very big word from Audrey already. So can you guys say nocturnal?" And they're like, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." So
She's like, okay.
she's off to a good start. We already had back to school night, and the teacher like loves her and stuff. So yeah.
Making new friends.
She has made some new friends, and she gets to play with her old friends at recess and stuff too.
Cool.
And then Luke is going to start doing preschool in like a week and a half.
Oh man,
So like
what
that's
are you gonna
emotional.
do?
Well, he's probably at least at this point it's probably just going to be one day a week for
Okay.
like 3 hours.
Still, what are
Which
you gonna do for those 3 hours?
I don't know. Like I need to mow the lawn really bad. So my first plan.
You're gonna mow the lawn while you're crying?
Yeah, I'm already like my eyes will be watery from the grass anyway. So you know,
My mom
at least
said
that'll
that was
cover it up.
the hardest thing when she dropped my brother off at preschool and the last kid and then
Yeah, because then you don't. I mean, at least when I drop off Audrey, Luke and I go home and play and stuff. But now I will have more time to be productive, which is
you'll
good.
have more time to play Nintendo.
Or to get all the freaking badges or what do you call them, stickers on Disney Magical World.
Yeah, you're doing good work there, Phil.
I'm stuck at 85.
Wow, you're ahead of me. How that is a testament to your insanity. Is that you've had the game like a fraction of the time I have, and you're already ahead of me on these. And once you get to like a certain level, the stickers are not
They're
easy to
few and
get.
far between. Yes, it's
Like
hard.
it gets really crazy.
That is a testament to my commitment to doing collection games. Like, if you want me to be into a game, just make me have to collect a bunch of stuff and complete a
And
list.
that one's like as hardcore as
Oh,
collection games get.
it is. I bought the Pirates one, and I
Oh,
also
see, you
bought
bought the
the.
Pirates expansion.
No,
Okay.
but it doesn't give you more stickers though.
Oh.
It's like separate stuff. So the
Ooh.
items you get in Pirates only get you more pirate stuff.
Okay.
So there's very little that like carries over. Like you can get some of the costumes will add towards your total, but there's very, very few stickers like directly from that. So anyway,
Mhm. I still can't get Pete to take a picture with me.
I finally got my P picture.
Did you have to do anything? They just randomly
Just
like, hey,
he was when he was there and he had a request and I fulfilled his request.
okay. See,
And
I've
then he
never,
took a
I've
picture.
had him I've done a request for him, but he's never done one for a
Yeah.
picture.
Then after I did it, he wanted a picture. So
And then I have
people
other
that
ones that I've taken pictures with people like 50 times. I'm like,
yeah.
nah.
For people who don't play the game, they have no idea what we're talking about, but it's a
That's
really fun
okay.
game. So
It's a game. We talk about it. All right, well, let's get down to it because we only got a short time here.
yeah.
We just recorded another episode of Matt and Brendo's wrestling show, our post SummerSlam episode with voice actor and comedian Hal Lublin from, if you're familiar with Thrilling Adventure Hour or Welcome to Night Vale, and he was really cool. We talked about wrestling for an hour or so. It was awesome.
It's super awesome.
Yeah, it was our first guest, so it's exciting. All right. So here we go. I have a comment here. Steven Espinoza writes, "Hey guys, knew I wasn't born the day John Lennon died, except I found out that that was just Derek being dumb. Because I'm like, that sounds fishy. I feel like I would have known that. But then I looked it up and I didn't. He died in December. I was born on Paul McCartney's birthday though. Like we share a birthday. So.
Okay.
And so that's how I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right, because I feel like I would know that Paul McCartney's birthday is also the day John Lennon died. Like, I feel like that would have been a thing.
Yeah.
Except it's not true. It's just Derek being Derek.
All right.
All right, well, then he went on to say, but sadly, Robin Williams did decide to end it on my birthday this year last week, so I got that to remember. Oh, that's depressing.
That's bad.
We'll talk about Robin Williams in a minute.
Yeah, we'll do that.
On a lighter note, I share a birthday with Joe Rogan, Boy Meets World's Will Friedle, Hulk Hogan, and Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth. It's a good list. I have Paul McCartney and I don't know who else.
I've never actually looked at mine. I have no idea.
Anyways, you talked about that Urban Legends show. It reminded me of a show in the 90s on Fox called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction. Phil, do you remember this show?
No.
I don't really remember the show. The first season was hosted by James Brolin. The rest of the seasons were hosted by Jonathan Frakes. I think I might remember this, like it was on after something, and I remember Jonathan Frakes coming out. But I don't remember if I think I might have watched some of these and been like, this is bogus. It was kind of like a Ripley Believe It or Not type show.
Okay. I remember, what was that one? That's Incredible. That was my show.
Oh yeah, I remember That's Incredible, and there was a lady that smoked a cigarette with her foot.
Yeah.
And some of the other stuff, like really random stuff.
Well, there was a whole episode about spontaneous combustion, which terrified me as a kid. I remember because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna explode into fire at any moment now. What's gonna happen?" that took a little talking down to get young Phil okay with not exploding.
Okay, so then he says it was an hour-long show where there were 2 or 3 dramatized stories and 1 or 2 stories told by the host. At the end of the show, the host would tell you which episodes were fact and which were made up by the show's writers. Some true stories included a painter who would paint sick people's portraits, then they would die upon delivery, kind of like a Dr. Kevorkian painter. But when a girl lies about being sick because her boyfriend broke up with her, he decides to paint one last portrait, a self-portrait. Dun, dun, dun!
Ooh.
And that's presented as true. The made-up stories include Terry Funk, awesome, playing an aging wrestler. What a stretch, even for 10 to 15 years ago, who refuses to put over an egotistical young wrestler halfway through their match. Funk's character wins, but the ref notices that the young guy had died. The narration says the match was nearly an hour, but the coroner said the man was dead for nearly half the match. Dun, dun, dun! What a show. Keep up the good work. So he wrestled with a dead body. But that was made up, but that's funny. So thank you, Steve.
Thanks. Yeah, sounds good. That's good.
Check that out.
Thanks for writing.
Thank you. All right. Well, you know what else is we should. I don't know.
What else is we should?
We should plug Stitcher.
Yes, we should.
Go to
That's a great thing to
radiobrendo.com,
plug.
click the Stitcher link. If you have the app, just search Radio Brendo Man and subscribe to us. But one of the feeds is old, so don't subscribe to that one. I don't know why
Right.
they did
Unless
that.
you want to catch up.
It's true, but I don't know. It's weird.
Or
Don't
does the
use
new
that
one
one.
have like everything though?
Yeah,
Okay, then never mind.
I don't know.
I take it back.
I told them to delete that one, and they didn't. So whatever. I don't want to mess with it.
Well, that's all right.
But if you click the Radio Brendo, the Stitcher link on Radio Brendo, it'll take you to the correct show to subscribe to.
Gotcha.
And don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you download the app, if you haven't signed up for an account, which is free, use the code BrendoMan when you sign up. And you can use that on your mobile device, on the web, on your tablet. Listen to your podcast everywhere. Streaming. Saves your place. It's pretty great.
All right. So, you know what else is great about the internet?
What?
You can have your own website on the internet.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, and if you want to have your own website, you've got to have a hosting.
You gotta have a hosting?
You got to have a hosting.
What's a hosting?
That's like a party you throw when you get your new website up. You have a hosting party.
Oh, cool.
hmm
Where
And
should I go to get one of these?
well, if you want to have a hosting party, you got to have someone provide you hosting in the first place. And a good place to go for that would be DreamHost.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, if you use DreamHost for your hosting, use the promo code Radio BrendoMan, and you will save $50 and get a free domain registration on top of the one they already
Wow.
give you. That's a super hosting party.
That is. So happy hosting, everyone.
Yeah. And if you're like most people and you don't want to do any of that stuff, but you shop on Amazon, right? Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Well, before you go to buy that thing for your mom's birthday that you almost forgot, click the Amazon link at radiobrendo.com. There's a banner, and if you don't see the banner, you're using ad block, and that's okay, I guess. And there's a link
Yeah.
that I made.
So everyone can use it. There are
Yes.
no barriers for entry here.
Yeah, so you just click on it, and then you shop like normal, and it helps us. We get money.
So what did we
But
get this week?
you get the same great Amazon prices too.
Yeah, it doesn't cost
Somebody
you a penny.
asked me that. They're like, "Oh, well, is it more Is it more expensive?" I'm like, "No."
Not a bit.
Well, this week we got a few things here. We got The Flash Volume 3 of the New 52. So we got
Guerrilla warfare.
comic books. Good price on comic books there. We got a black keyboard for Asus tablet. It's
Those
like
are a lot of letters and
tablet
numbers there.
keyboard.
Very cool.
So yeah, you got a tablet, you need a keyboard, you get that. It's pretty cool.
Good
And
deal.
it's a good deal. It's only like $24.
And then this one.
And then we got a Fatboy Slim song, or no, Fatboy Slim album, only
Like an
$5.
album, right?
It's a whole album, $5, because they always have albums on sale. It's the "You've Come a Long Way, Baby." Remember when there was like all the Fatboy Slim songs on the radio?
I don't ever listen to the radio.
But they also have made these really cool music videos with this like.
I remember
dance group.
I remember Fatboy Slim, but
But anyways,
regular listen.
$5.
Hey, okay, so speaking of Amazon here, my mom has called me and said that she's been listening to the show for like a while now, which I wasn't aware of, so
That's
I'm glad I didn't say anything too embarrassing or anything.
okay.
But she said that she bought something on Amazon and she hasn't heard it come up, so she wanted me to ask you to go back because we skipped some time and see if there was anything you
Not
missed.
everything comes up if
I
you
know
buy it
that.
from partners, and
Yeah.
not everything is eligible.
And I told her that, and I know we've mentioned that before, but people should know that there is a chance that it might not. So, you shouldn't probably buy something just to hear us read it. You should probably want it also.
Yeah, don't.
just in case it doesn't come through.
Yeah.
But you should
What
peek
did
through
she
because you
buy?
really wanted us to read. I don't know. I'm sure it's something incredibly embarrassing because otherwise, why would
Was
my
it
mom?
tampons?
No, it wasn't that. I told her that, and she said,
Who bought the tampons?
"I don't know. No one has come forward on that one."
You don't have to. You don't have to.
That's
It's
okay.
okay.
It's anonymous. We do know what you buy, but not who buys it, unless you want to claim it. So, if you
And
come across
sometimes
any
people
stuff,
send in, like we got a girl sent in um pictures that she bought a hoodie for her cat, and then she sent in a picture of the
yeah,
cat wearing the
of her
hoodie.
using it. So, if you want to send in a picture of you listening to the Fatboy Slim album MP3s, you should do that.
Or you don't have to, but
Well, you don't have to, but if you want to, then we'll
we don't
post it on
want to
Facebook.
pressure anybody.
No, no pressure. All
What,
right.
so you don't even know what your mom bought?
I know that it is something embarrassing because she really wants to hear us read it out loud. So, yeah, I guess you'll know it when you see it.
Didn't you say she bought like something?
I'm sure it's of a mature nature.
Yeah, but like I said, if it was from a partner, like not all the
Yeah, it
partners
might.
participate,
Yeah.
and certain items aren't part of the agreement.
Right. Right.
So maybe, because I know some people have bought things and haven't gotten listed. So
So I guess if my mom is listening and she really wants us to read it, she'd have to send in a letter because we have to read the letters we get too.
yeah,
So all right. I guess
I don't know how I feel about moms writing into the show.
I don't know, but I
Because
mean,
one minute your mom's writing a show, then my mom's gonna be writing into the
a
show.
listener is a listener. But not all of them can call you and lecture you afterwards if you do something wrong.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. All right.
So,
So we had some sad news this week.
yes.
Robin Williams died, and it was very surprising. And on a positive note, it has brought depression to the forefront of discussion, and I think that's always a good thing.
Hmm.
Because it's people get surprised. They're like, "Oh, he was so happy," and I'm like, usually that's the people that are,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it's interesting. In like the wake of it, I don't want to get like too downer on it, but in the wake of
yeah,
it, I've read a lot about him and watched a bunch of stuff, and you can see. I mean, he didn't hide it too much. You can see the
yeah.
sadness in there. Definitely a part of his being. So
But sounded like a very generous person, very kind person. A lot of comedians, like comedians that are just on their way up, have written about how he would come to like all the shows and encourage them, and was very helpful to all comedians, young and old,
yeah. Did
and
you
was
happen
just
to
an
catch
overall
Norm
nice
Macdonald's
guy.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, about how he like early on he came back and like was messing around. I think it was on the Tonight Show or something, and just did like a private show for him in his room. Like called up his buddy on the phone and did a bunch of funny stuff.
yeah, he sounded like a wonderful person, and would definitely be missed. And he did a lot of awesome movies. And we did. You told me to do a top 10 Robin Williams movies list, and then in doing that list, I realized there are a lot of Robin Williams movies I haven't seen.
Oh, there are a couple I came across too that I want to look up.
Like
So
I haven't seen some of the big ones.
with
Like
like
I
what?
have not seen World According to Garp,
See, I never have seen that either. That's
which
true.
is supposedly one of his best ones. I have not seen Good Morning Vietnam.
I also have not seen that.
Um,
Yeah, we've got some definite holes in
and what
the
else haven't I
list.
seen? I've never seen Patch Adams.
I have seen that.
I
But,
never. Some of the things I didn't watch because I'm not gonna lie, some of them look dumb.
like what? Give me one example of one that looked dumb.
Patch Adams looked dumb.
Okay.
Bicentennial Man looked dumb.
Now, what or is yours in order of how much you like it or chronological?
No, I did. This is like how much I like it order,
Oh, see, I
going
did
from
chronological.
10 to 1. You didn't tell me that.
I did too in my message
Nope.
because I wanted to compare like year to year and see where we differed and such.
Ah,
Because I know, because this is what I said in my email, is that what better way to honor his memory than to argue about what movies of his were the best? Because I'm gonna
yeah.
like ones.
So I thought we were doing that.
Well, we are,
So we
but
were
just
doing.
in I'll do mine in out of order because I don't have time to order them, but it's okay.
I'll do mine chronologically, I
Can you?
guess.
I don't know. Can you throw that in there? Okay, so my oldest one is definitely older than your oldest one, so I'll start.
Well, yeah, because you've seen a lot of his older comedies that I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen Cadillac Man. I guess I should see that.
Oh my gosh, I love Cadillac Man. All right, we'll get to
Yeah.
that. His oldest one that appears on my top 10 list is Popeye.
See, I had a hard time. I almost put that in there.
It's my second favorite Robert Altman movie.
Didn't make my top 10. I can't. I have a hard time with Popeye.
Oh, it's amazing. I think it's highly underrated. Like, and I think it was on the island of Malta it was shot. They still have
Yeah.
the city like set up there. You can go visit it
Is
because
that like one of your vacation goals?
I would love to go there. I mean, the whole like fighting the like weird octopus thing, like the dialogue
Yeah,
is
the
so
movie
weird
is
and awesome.
crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy in a good way, but I just couldn't. I had it on there, but just compared to the other stuff I put on there, it was like my last. It'd be my honorable mention.
Okay. To be fair, this was tough, and there were some really good ones I had to bump off, but Popeye had to be on that list, so I really like Popeye. All right, what's
Mm.
your? Let's see.
I guess my oldest one would be Dead Poets Society.
I think Awakenings was before that. Oh, I just
No.
threw out one next one of yours. Sorry. Your number 10 one is before that. Well, I'll just do yours in order. Just go do yours.
Ah. You. But it was. But I'm just gonna do them. And my number 10 is Awakenings.
That one almost made my list. That was the 11th one. That was my
I
like
think it
honorable
was really
mention.
good in it. It was amazing.
Probably the only reason it got bumped is I just haven't seen it in so long. I don't remember it well enough
I
to
watched it
like.
pretty recently because
Yeah.
I was watching a bunch of Scorsese.
But I always like refer
Wait,
to
not
that
Scorsese.
whenever
Was it
like
Scorsese or Spielberg?
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get
No, you have to
shot.
look it up. Well, I always refer to Awakenings whenever like you get a taste of something really amazing and then it like goes away. You never have that same like you can never go back to when you didn't know how awesome it could be, and that's always what Awakenings reminded me of because the whole thing is they come out of a coma and life is amazing and then it goes back.
Oh, it's Penny Marshall. What am I thinking?
I don't know what you're thinking.
What am I thinking of? Well, I watched Awakenings just recently. Man, what am
It's a
I? I
great
thought it
movie.
was.
That was one of his earlier like serious roles. Or serious,
Yeah.
more serious, Very, very good. All right, well, next in chronological order for me is Cadillac Man. I love that. That would be up near the top of my list of his. Him and Tim Robbins. He's like a car salesman, and he like helps diffuse a hostage situation with using his like car salesman skills. It's amazing. He actually like sells a woman a car at a funeral procession. He like pulls over to a funeral procession, hops out, and sells a woman a car.
That's amazing.
It's incredible. Like you definitely need to see it. I got it. You can come watch it.
I think it might be on Netflix.
It might be.
There's a lot of stuff on Netflix. Like I need to watch World's Greatest Dad because I'm sure it'll be way up there because I love Bobcat Goldthwait's movies.
Yeah, I've not seen that one yet either, but I saw that was on there.
Yeah.
All right, what's your next?
My number 9 is Mrs. Doubtfire
Definitely classic.
because it's a classic movie. It's one of those movies, as my brother touchingly wrote about, it came out like right around when my dad died, and it was kind of one of those movies that I watched a lot of and helped cheer me up during that time. And my brother and I watched it a bunch, and just his character work in that movie is awesome, and it's a really good story.
And some great improv stuff there too.
Yeah.
Like I was watching some stuff about the making of where when he got pie on it, he put pie on his face and the frosting started melting under the hot lights and he just improvised the whole thing about like 1 lump or 2, like all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that wasn't in the script, so that was pretty amazing. Okay, my number 8, again, this is chronological, is The Fisher King.
Yes.
Which might be, I don't know, if I had to put one at the top, it might be my top one.
It's way up there for me.
It's a Terry Gilliam movie. Now, I noticed I did not include The Adventures of Baron Munchausen because I didn't want to like crowd my list with 2 Terry Gilliam movies, and Robin Williams' role is relatively small in that movie. So
I love his role though.
I do too. He's the king of the moon.
So that's why I had. I had to put it in, and I know I put in 2 Terry Gilliam movies, but that's because he's
Well,
awesome.
yes, but
And
that's
it
why
also made me
on
really
my
want to see. I don't know if his new movie's ever going to come out here because Robin Williams is in that too.
the what's it called? Zero Theorem, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I
I
heard that
guess
it
it's
got at
gonna
least a
be
date for digital release. So
okay.
if nothing else,
Maybe I'll have to watch it on that.
yeah. So, but Fisher King, if you haven't seen it, I just found out this week because we've been talking about Robin Williams that neither my wife nor my brother have seen the Fisher King, which makes me feel like I've
Really?
neglected
I
my
feel like
duties. Janelle said she started it and fell asleep like halfway through and never finished it.
I feel like they how is anybody related to you? Because I feel like
I
I've watched
don't
that movie
know.
with you at least 5 times.
Oh yeah, like I said, I tried to get her to do it. I guess I never completed it. So we will be watching that this week because that's just I mean,
And that's on Netflix.
one of my favorite Terry Gilliam movies as well. And yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So. All right, what's next?
Next for me is Aladdin,
Yep.
because I mean, if you doubt the magic of voice work and how when voice work is good, it can be
Hmm.
amazing. Watch Aladdin because he's incredible,
Yeah.
and
We
I
just watched that
love
this
and like the
weekend.
songs are amazing, and just what he does, what he infuses into that character just through his voice work
Yeah.
is incredible. And
Our
it's a
kids were wondering why we had to watch Aladdin like 3 times this week. So I was like, you're going to watch it again because you like it.
gonna watch this.
But yeah, you're right. Like, amazing.
I sing
Amazing.
those songs like all the time, just in my head.
His, like, I love too that, like, the caricature of him comes through in the genie. Like, it's not exactly him, but you can definitely
Mhm.
see him in it. So,
Yeah,
all right. My next one is Hook.
yeah, that was another one that was like right on the bubble for me.
Yeah.
I love Hook. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I just again I couldn't take out one of the ones on my list to put
Yeah.
it. So it's like right there. Because I don't know. I think we were the perfect age for Hook.
Yeah, when that came
So
out, it was
maybe
like
that's
amazing.
why it has such a resonance for us, our
Yeah, whether or
generation.
not it's great filmmaking, I don't care. It's a fantastic, like, awesome movie.
Yeah.
Plus, like, Rufio. I mean, like that. I played Rufio on the playground.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
totally.
I was probably a little old to like be playing the like characters from movies at that point, but it's Rufio.
And he has a lot of great scenes and just he's great in it.
Yeah,
He's really great.
you totally believe him as like a grown up in a kid's body, or wait, in a grown up's body, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, what's your next?
My next is Insomnia,
Hmm.
Christopher Nolan
This one did
movie.
not make my list, but it was another close runner-up.
I really love that movie, and he was freaky.
Yeah.
And I like this came like this, and the 1 hour photo for me was like a rediscovering of Robin Williams.
Yeah, and they came out right around the same time.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I really like both of those movies a lot. And so I had to put Insomnia. I think it actually knocked out Popeye.
Ah, okay. Popeye probably knocked out Insomnia on mine, something like that. All right. Well, the next one up for me, then chronologically, is Aladdin. We already hit that one, so
Mhm.
definitely amazing.
Yep.
What's your
Mine
next?
is like we've already kind of talked about this, but my number 6 is Adventures of Baron Munchausen because
Yes.
I think he's really really funny in that movie, and I just love that movie. I just
Yeah.
watched it again recently, and I also got the book, like the story, like the
Hmm.
screenplay book. I got that
I
for
have that too.
and I was reading that, and I just really love that movie, and so I had to put it on there.
Yeah. Again, also one of my favorites. And if I was just rating the movies, it probably would have bumped one or two off of this list for sure. But I kind of cut it just because I wanted to try to get more variety. So,
Yeah, I
all right, this next one is going to be controversial, I'm sure. But number 5 chronologically for me is Toys.
oh dude, toys. Okay, I'm glad
A
we're
lot
on
of
the same
people
page
really
here.
hate Toys.
I know a lot of people hate toys. I think it's because we were the perfect age for
Yeah,
toys. I
yeah,
freaking love toys.
it was great. Well, and I
It's
think
and it's I'll admit it's up there in like the craziest. How did this get made? How is
yeah.
this a movie? What is happening right now? You can see my like honorable mentions down
Oh
here.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I wanted to put toys on this list so bad because he is ridiculously hilarious in this movie,
yeah.
and
And Joan
just
Cusack also
Robot
has a
Joe
good
Cusack
scene. Oh
is,
my
oh
gosh.
my gosh, that like both was awesome and terrifying. There's a lot of really freaky things in this movie,
I
and
think that's
like
why people didn't like it because it's like
it's such a
looks
weird,
ish, but it's like super violent and
it's
like
such a weird
dark and
combination,
yeah, it's
and
weird, but I love it.
and it's such weird humor, like LL Cool J in the movie, just
Yeah. Oh
popping
yeah.
up everywhere, and
It's
oh my
so
gosh,
so
it's such a
weird,
weird movie.
which makes it definitely on my list.
Yeah, I saw it came out on Christmas, and I remember going to see it, and I remember a lot of my brother and I were like, "That was amazing," and everybody else in the theater was like, "That was
Yeah.
garbage."
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, because I have the nostalgia for it, it's really hard for me to separate that. But
Like,
I
in
don't
fact,
get
I
the
don't think my
dislike.
my parents refused to watch it. They watched like Nixon, I think, or something.
Well, it's cool and all, but I really like toys.
Yeah, I almost put it on there, and I really wanted to.
All right, what's your next?
My next is the Birdcage.
This was another runner-up.
Oh, he's so funny.
I have a really fond memory of the Birdcage because it was the airplane movie that I watched on the flight from New York to London. No,
Nice.
to Portugal. When I was in high school, that one time I went to Europe, and so
Mhm.
like we all got to watch this movie on a plane, and it was like my first plane movie ever, and it was super exciting. So, and it was really funny.
Well, everybody should watch it. It's on Netflix, and it's really funny. And Robin Williams is
Yes.
hilarious.
And okay, my next one chronologically is Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay.
So we hit that.
My next, number 4, Goodwill Hunting.
Hmm. This one did not make my list, and it wouldn't make my list. I don't super love that movie.
Even if you don't like the movie, I don't see how you cannot acknowledge his performance in it. I mean, he did
Yeah,
win an Oscar.
he was good in it. I
If
don't
we're
hate
talking
it.
about Robin Williams, and I like the movie.
I just feel like he did a lot better stuff. The people involved
I
did better
think you should
stuff.
watch it again.
I've watched it a couple. Janelle's like Janelle's favorite movie or one of her favorite
It's
movies.
really good.
Maybe I need to revisit it. I don't
And
know.
Robin Williams is amazing in this movie. His monologues are incredible, and I think he deserved. I still think he deserved an Oscar for Dead Poet Society, but he got an Oscar for Good Will Hunting.
Well, he definitely deserved one somewhere, so I'm glad at least that he got it. This just
I
probably
can't
wouldn't
believe
have
it's
been
not
one.
even on your
I would have
list.
given it to him for The Fisher King personally, but
Well, yeah, that too. Okay, go.
all right. Number 3 is Patch Adams. I know you said you never saw that one, but
I just looked and I don't know hospitals
it's
and
it's definitely it's a little melodramatic, but it's really good. I think he does a great job. It's funny, but it's also touching. Janelle and I also went on it on an early date, so I have some definite fond memories there. We saw it in the theater together, and it's really funny, but also sweet, and uh, it's got the best. Well, I don't want to spoil any jokes, but it's got some good jokes in it, so it's worth watching.
all right. My next, we already talked about. Have we talked about Fisher King?
Well, yeah, yeah, because that was on mine.
Amazing, and yeah, it's my number 3.
Jeff Bridges also, while we're at it, does an amazing job in that
I'll
movie.
even take Naked Robin Williams, even though it's extremely disturbing because he's
It
the
is,
hairiest person in the world.
but oh my gosh, like
Did
Terry
that make you
Gilliam,
feel? Did that help your self-esteem though? You're like,
yeah,
look,
because
he's
he's
super
hairier than
hairy,
me,
and
and he's
he's
famous.
naked, and he's famous.
Not by a lot, but by a little. Just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
He does have a little edge up on me though. All right, my number 2. This might be controversial too, but my number 2 is Death to Smoochie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
I know a lot of people that love it. It happened. I know it's Matt Cohen's favorite movie ever.
It's one of those
Um,
that I know some people like
I'm
hated
sure I
it,
would love it. I just have
but
never
yeah,
seen it.
it's
I
him and
think I
Ed
tried to
Norton.
watch it. I think I watched it with you and I fell asleep.
Probably Janelle and I saw it in the theater, and then I like bought it the second it came out on video, and it's amazing. He's like, oh, it's so good. He's like an old children's television like
Yeah.
host, and then Edward Norton comes in as
Oh
like
wait,
basically
hold on.
Barney.
Wait, I have. What am I doing? I have watched this. It's amazing. I have seen
Yeah,
it and it was something else. I don't
with
know what I got it confused with.
I think it's Danny DeVito directed it if I remember
Yeah, yeah,
correctly.
yeah. Okay, then this would be on my list somewhere. I don't know where it would be. Okay,
Oh, it's
crap.
so
Uh,
good.
I'll
You should
tie
watch
it
it
for
again.
like third or fourth or something. I don't know.
All right,
Tie.
stick it in there. Okay, what's your next?
My next is 1 Hour Photo, and that was almost my number one
I
because
really I like that one a lot too.
he's incredible in it. Like, it's a really, it's a really crazy movie, but it's like, it's like a game changer. That's what like I was like, whoa, that was like his dramatic turn for me. I
Yeah,
mean, he had done drama, but like not like this.
yeah.
Like
Not
he'd
where
done
he
like
was like
Dead
a
Poet
total.
Society.
Yeah,
He'd done like this was like like this was nuts. And also, I mean, it was an amazing movie. I think it was a really well made movie. It looked incredible, and he was fantastic.
I also liked it. Okay, my number one. Now again, remember this is
What's your
chronologically.
number two?
Number two is Death to Smoochie.
Okay.
This
What was
is
your number three?
chronologically not. This is not the top of my list, but chronologically,
Hey, what was your number three? Toys?
number three was Patch Adams.
Okay. Okay. Go. Never mind. I'm
No, it's
sorry.
your mom.
Spaced
Okay.
out.
My number one, chronologically speaking, is RV.
Oh my gosh.
Also
Really?
probably controversial. I understand that, but I thought it was really funny, and I
You
liked it a
don't even
lot.
have Dead Poet Society on yours? You're
I have never seen Dead Poet Society.
what?
I've seen clips that like teachers use in class. Never seen
Okay, you have to watch that movie.
it.
You have to watch that. I'll watch whatever you gotta watch it.
You said you've seen Death to Smoochie, so you need to watch. I don't know, Cadillac
Dead
Man. Oh,
Poet
definitely Cadillac
Society
Man.
is probably in like my top 10 favorite
I
movies
know quotes
ever.
from it. I know "Oh Captain, My Captain," etc.
Yeah, but a lot of that is quotes from that's
from
him
other
quoting other
things.
things.
Yeah,
You have to watch the movie. It's incredible, and also like Ethan Hawke's great. All the other actors are really good. It's so good, and that's my number. Leading into that's my number one.
that's number one.
Why don't you talk more about RV? Because I don't understand.
It's funny. It was a good funny.
Funny.
It was like. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. It was like a tamer remake of like Vacation, and I love that kind of thing. Like it's a family on a vacation that just goes horrible, and I thought it was good.
Did you watch Are We There Yet?
I did not know.
Because that sounds like that too.
Yeah, but
Mm.
okay. If you look at the
Um,
lineup of people in it, you got Will Arnett and
okay.
Robin Williams. Who else is in that? Um, I don't know. Other funny people. I'm not saying it's the greatest movie ever. Cheryl Hines. It's got Josh Hutcherson, a young PETA, in it. Jeff Daniels. Like it's got some good people in it. So Tony Hale. It's got a lot of Arrested Development types in it.
Hmm.
So anyway,
I'll give it a shot.
I'm not saying it's the greatest movie. In
But you
fact,
have to watch Dead Poet Society. It's so good.
it would definitely be my like 10th place on the list if I was doing it like favorites order, But
Hmm.
but I really like it, and I think it was like underappreciated for like a dumb comedy that it was. My other honorable mention is I really like Night at the Museum, but again, I didn't feel like his role was, he
Yeah,
wasn't the
that's why
star.
I didn't. Because I like Night Museum also.
Yeah, and he did a great job as Teddy Roosevelt, but
Derek's gonna flip out because I think he hates that movie.
what? That movie's great.
I don't know.
So there was a lot of others too on the list. I mean, he did a lot of great movies, but that's
Yeah,
how I narrowed it
I was
down.
just listing some other random ones, but I don't even know why I put. I don't. I disliked Jack like strongly.
See, I remember I watched it once and I remember liking it,
I
but I
know a
don't
lot of people
remember it
like it,
well.
and I think that's crazy.
I don't know. And then Jumanji, I love Jumanji
I
too.
like Jumanji, and also this is dumb, but I really like that movie 9 Months, and I thought he was really funny in it.
I like
He was
Nine
like
Months too, but he just
he
had a
was the
small
crazy
role.
doctor. He was small. That's why I didn't put in there.
Yeah,
But his small role was really funny. Like when like because of his like the accent that he was using, they thought that like remember she thought he cheated like he thought she cheated on him because he's like, oh, it's been this long, and
yeah.
oh wait, just kidding, no. And it just all he was really funny as a doctor in it. But
Also, some great Jeff Goldblum in that.
oh
So
yeah.
no, yeah, he did a lot of great stuff. I'll watch Dead Poet Society if you watch Cadillac
And we
Man.
both have to watch World According to Garp
We both
and
need to watch that.
Good Morning Vietnam, I guess.
What about Jacob the Liar? I've heard. I don't know, is that anyone like that? Is that
I
one
don't
that
know.
people
I don't
like?
think people like that.
I don't know.
I gotta be in a really correct mindset to watch a Holocaust movie, and
Yeah, it's not something you enter. I mean, I don't know. Even if it's really well done, it's still not something you enter into lightly.
yeah,
Like I really
and
love Life is Beautiful.
I can watch that. I could not. I don't think I could watch it again, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't know if I could. Like it was amazing to see, but I don't
I
know if I could
don't
revisit
like.
it.
I just remember like I watched it. It probably helped me at the time because I watched it with a girl and she was like sobbing and like she needed to cuddle or something.
But yeah,
But also it was like I sobbed uncontrollably. That's like one of the few movies where I'm just like I'm gonna go cry right now. And
well,
like
and so
I almost felt like it was like almost to the point where I'm like this I feel manipulated like almost.
so apparently Jacob the Liar is similarly themed, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Not saying it's not good. I just like you said, you have to be in the right mindset.
Mario Flowers is here. Hello.
What's up, Mario and Sean? Oh, I just saw that. I think he's referring to that I get to watch Dead Poet Society for the
Yes.
first time.
Yes.
There you go. I will watch it. It's not like I avoided it. I just one of those movies never got around to. Sort of like Shawshank Redemption, except I did finally watch that. So.
And that's also crazy.
Well, yeah. So
Well,
I
again,
mean,
like it's proof that you don't have cable because I feel like if you had cable, you would have watched, definitely would have watched Shawshank, probably would have watched Dead Poet Society.
yep. I have not had cable since. I've never
It's
paid for
probably
cable.
good that you don't have cable because you would probably be the worst at
Yeah.
like getting sucked in.
You want?
And, like,
Well, in the few times that I've had access to cable, like when Janelle and I were dating and she had cable, it was bad. If I went over there and like hung out for the weekend, I'd be like, I mean,
yeah, because I
3
can
in
just
the morning
imagine
watching
because I know
Twilight Zone
sometimes I
reruns.
get sucked in on like if I have cable. And I'll get like, oh, this movie's on, even though I've seen it a million times. I
Yeah.
have to watch it, even like things
Or
like
when we
that.
go to a hotel room.
And if there's a Storage Wars marathon on,
Oh,
forget about it. I could have seen that episode 10 times.
doesn't
I'm
matter.
watching it.
You
I'm
want to
watching it.
see Barry like yell out when he finds the crazy thing in the back of the room again.
And then remember the time we watched, because I remember we stayed up way late watching
Oh my
cable a few
gosh.
nights, and we watched infomercials for like 3 hours.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know why, because we were both like,
Well, that's the whole thing that we're saying here is we don't need cable, but when we did have cable, it got really bad.
yeah, it's bad because I mean, even though you have unlimited access to stuff with Netflix and Amazon or
It's not
whatever,
the same.
it doesn't just keep coming on.
Yeah, when things just keep coming on, like, well, that's why sometimes with you don't have because the PS3 app and some of the apps now for Netflix, they'll keep going with shows and just play the next one, and that's where it gets
Yeah,
like.
that's.
Ugh.
I think
And,
one of them
and,
that I
and
have
sometimes
has
it'll ask me, "Are you still there?" After I've watched like 6 episodes in a row,
There's no way a human being is still watching this, right?
and I'm like, "Yes,
Sorry.
yes, I wanted to watch 12 episodes of Parking Wars. Shut up."
Okay, but here's the other thing with cable, and that Netflix and other on-demand stuff doesn't do, is that you know that if you don't catch it at that time, it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
So
there's
there's that
an urgency
as
about it,
well, which
even though-
Netflix you can take your time.
Yeah.
If that infomercial's not coming back on, you might not get to know what they're selling.
Yeah.
You got to click around. Yeah, that's bad news for me. I can't
On
do that.
other news, we also just wanted to give our tributes to Lauren Bacall, passed away. She was a fantastic actress, and Don Pardo died.
Yeah,
That was just
no more. We were kind of goofing around before the show, but
SNL fans like that because that was something that a comedian or a young actor aspired to was to get there announced by Don Pardo, and
having him say your name.
now it's just going to be not the same.
Yeah. It was okay.
Do you think
This
they're
is
gonna get somebody that sounds like Don Pardo, or will they go in a completely different direction? Like, as like I was worried that Price is Right was gonna try and get somebody that sounded like Rod Roddy, and
yeah. I would think they would go a different direction. I think they're smart enough.
yeah,
Maybe they'll get an alumni or something like that.
yeah,
Okay, if it had to be an alumni, who would you want it to be?
man, I don't know, probably Norm Macdonald. That'd be fun. He's
They
got
would
such a
never hire
distinct.
him to do that, but that would be amazing.
I don't know.
I,
Um,
I think it would be great to have John Lovitz personally. I think he would do really good. That would be a funny take on it. That'd be my pick.
Melissa Horatio, maybe.
Horatio would be good. Jimmy Fallon could never get through it, so they definitely aren't going to ask him.
Yeah.
um, I don't know.
I can just see. My.
Also, or either that or they'll go Mike Myers and have him just do a different accent every week, or Dana Carvey, have him do like as Bob Dole or something. All right.
All right, we gotta keep going here. Okay,
Okay, just real
corner.
quick on that. It was a really this is gonna sound weird, but I had like the most emotional week because, and I don't know why, but probably because of the timing, the Robin Williams thing hit me like way harder than most like celebrity.
I think it did for a lot of people.
I think so, and the situation behind it obviously made it worse, but that on top of like Audrey's first day of school, Luke's starting school, Janelle's back to school, and then to top it all off, like they closed down Colossus at Magic Mountain this week.
Oh yeah, I was super bummed
It
about
was like
that.
a really it was a week of loss, and I don't know, like I was really emotional. I'm not going to lie, I may have like watched a bunch of like clips of Robin Williams on YouTube and just cried for like an hour at my computer when I found out, like.
Oh.
And so it was tough. So thank you for doing the list with me because I
Well, I'm
needed
glad
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay now. Don't
Well, I
worry.
think it's good because, like with Robin Williams, we have all these amazing performances to remember him
Yeah.
by, and so it's like, and that can cheer you up, whenever you get bummed about it.
Well,
So
it
it's
helps.
still
Yes,
sad.
it is. But I'm doing better, so don't worry.
That's good. Well, it is a bummer about Colossus, and I'm bummed that I didn't get to go
I
on.
know.
Mike did.
Mike, I
Mike,
know.
Mike did it for us. Mike.
I commented on his thing and said thanks for doing it, like so I could live vicariously.
Who would play Robin Williams in a biopic? Man, I don't know.
I don't even think that could be
Probably
done.
some comedian that we don't know of. That might.
Yeah. I can't imagine someone doing it justice off the top of my head.
I don't know how you play Robin Williams without it being really cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because nobody could pull off what he does like in the way that he did.
All right. Well, moving on to book corner. I finished some books. I finished Beware the Fish. It was great. It was really, this one for me was like, I feel like the series really turned a corner.
Kind of hit its stride with this one.
Really funny and like really clever, and I really enjoyed it.
This is the Bruno and Booth series for our book club.
I'm having difficulty getting the next one. Hopefully I'll get it soon.
This one is interesting because I started it, and it's definitely one that they didn't do a modern version of.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think this will spoil it because it's like the first couple pages you find out, but it revolves around that like a new guy coming in and bringing a computer to the school.
Ooh.
And like dealing with the like craziness that comes with that, except it's like a 1982 computer, and I can imagine since they updated those other ones with like TV technology, I don't know how they would update this because it does not translate. It would have to be set in the 80s. So that's probably why they never did.
Didn't touch it.
So it's good. I really like it, but it definitely is a product of
It's a little bit difficult to find.
Yeah,
The used copies on Amazon are a little pricey.
What about eBay?
That's what I'm working on right now.
Yeah. You could borrow my copy if nothing else, I guess.
Are you gonna send it to me?
I don't know, I guess. I gotta finish it first.
Force me to come over to your house.
Yeah, you gotta come up here. Come to Orchard.
Alright, well I finished that, and then I finished Ignatius McFarlane 2, Frequency Freakout. It was really good. I think I liked it even better than the last one.
Nice.
I really enjoyed it, and it ended on another cliffhanger, so I'm hoping that
do more.
Do more.
Nice. Paul Feig.
And Paul Feig's great. He really has a good, unique voice, and he doesn't talk down to kids I think that's what I really like. I love. I mean, I really like books that don't talk down to kids,
Yeah.
and it just tells really funny jokes, and it's really funny. And then the biggest surprise, like, holy crap! So I of course follow Lisa Graff on Twitter now,
Yeah.
and she posted a thing that the Umbrella Summer was on sale in the Kindle store for only $1.99. So I immediately bought it, and this was a book that took place in the fictionalized version of Big Bear.
Right.
It is incredible.
She's
It's
really good,
it's
right?
seriously one of the best books I've ever read. Like, I'm not even joking. I love this book, and it made me cry, but it was also just really wonderful. Really great book, really great story, great characters. And now, like, I'm totally excited that she said her next book is a sequel to this book,
Right, right.
because like, I'm super excited now.
So now does this make you want to like track down her other stuff?
Yes, because it's really good. It's
That's
so good. Have you read it, Phil?
well, it's funny that you would mention that. I actually just got my copy today. I just have cracked open the spine barely and just like looked at the first couple pages, but I also got my copy because I got it from Amazon though because Janelle bought it for me, like
Hmm.
a physical copy. But I'm very excited to read it as well because it's set in my hometown, sort of.
It's so good. I would say if you could compare it to anything, and this might also convey the tone of the book, is it's kind of like My Girl, but it's different. But it's kind
Okay,
of the main character. It's a girl, and she kind of shares some similarities to that character, and it's about like recovering from loss
huh?
and a coming of age a little bit. And no, it's not My Girl 2, because My Girl 2 wasn't very good. And I actually it for a time really liked My Girl 2. And then I watched it again, and I'm like, ugh.
I don't think I ever actually saw My Girl 2.
There's parts of it that are amazing, and there is a certain part in that movie where every time I watch it, I bawl my eyes out. But I feel like they did that just to do that. It was
Hmm.
cheap. Um, I'll just tell you. There's a part where she basically, My Girl 2 is she finds out that she finds her mom's diary, and
Okay,
based on that she goes to stay with her uncle in L.A. And then she like kind of tries to track down her mom's old friends, and in the course of that, there's a period where she thinks that she may have found somebody that might be her real dad, and that turns out not to be true. But it's still just like this really kind of like, again, coming of age story, and then somewhere along that she meets and falls in love with Austin O'Brien, and it's really cheesy because he's not a very good actor. Um, but there's a part where her mom's ex-boyfriend gives her a video, like a real, like a Super 8 film of her mom, and it's her mom singing, and when
that's the
she
part.
plays the video of her mom, oh my, it's it's because at least with My Girl 1, I feel like that those scenes are earned, you know.
Right.
In My Girl 2, I feel like that one scene, it's just like I feel manipulated, and it'll get me every time.
So Umbrella Summer's not like 2.
No, it's more like 1, and it's
Uh,
wonderful. But it doesn't like take place in the '60s. But um, it's really good, and the characters are great, and I'm really excited for more. And I loved it, and I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads because she deserves
nice.
it.
All
And then
right. Oh, and then
I'm still reading I Am Charlotte Simmons. It's gotten very good, I have to say. I've been really impressed. While it still isn't quite relatable to me as far as college life, because it's like a big giant college with like crazy college things, it's still
right.
certain things ring true no matter what about the college experience. So
Yeah.
I do, it is, it's a good read, and um,
Like 8,000 pages or something like
it's
that.
really long, but I'm
All
making
right.
it there.
Well, I finished Beware the Fish also, the
Mhm.
book club one. If you guys want to join our book club, you should go to our website, radiobrendo.com, and click the book club link up at the top. Join our Goodreads club. It's
Definitely
a lot
do
of fun.
that.
I also really like Beware the Fish. The whole like mystery behind it and stuff was really funny, and yeah, like you said, I feel like this one and the next one were still written while he was in high school.
That's just crazy to me.
Yeah, he published 5 books by the time he graduated high school, 4 of them in the Bruno and Booth series, and then one other one.
Can you imagine, like, if he applied to college somewhere and they rejected him? He's like, I'm a published author.
I don't think he had a hard time, probably.
He went to NYU, so I don't think he did have a problem. But
Yeah.
like, could you imagine a college like not wanting him? Like, because if he could say one of our students is a published author, like that's a pretty huge thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
And
especially in those times, like
he was writing them like because he's older than us. He was in high school. When he wrote his first
also
book,
be able to write at a breakneck speed.
yeah, because that one that I cranked out, I think was something like 70, 80 pages at most,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me a whole year, 2 semesters to put that thing out. So
Can you imagine having like multiple published books before you graduated high school? That's crazy. Does that make you feel like, what am I doing in my life? Nah, I don't know. This guy's every once in a while, it's just these.
We've done a lot, but
we have done a lot. Like when I remember I did a Facebook post where we listed out you and I all of our accomplishments since that guy told us basically that we suck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And we've done even more stuff since I did that. So I guess you're right.
Yeah. But then you look at that and you do think, well, I could still be doing more, so don't get lazy.
True.
And we're still working on stuff. It's not like we're stopped.
God, we're always rolling.
Always. We won't say it, but we're working on a really cool project right now.
We are working on a really cool project right now.
People will have to wait, though, to find out. I also am just started Umbrella Summer, but I'm excited. If you guys haven't listened to the Lisa Graff interview yet, the episode is up, and it's really cool. And even if you haven't read her books, now I'm excited to read it and then go back and listen again and see what she said about it.
And we have to have her back on when she comes out with the sequels books. Also, I want to talk to her about this. I regret that I did not read this beforehand.
Because I went into it having just read one book.
I want to talk to her about this book. It's so good, and it's like just some of the things that she talks about and the way she discusses them and the characters, and just it's amazing. And I want to hear your take on it because I'm sure you can kind of some of the landmarks in the film like you'll have more familiarity with.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what I can recognize from hometown.
And she uses Big Bear terms like down the hill.
No, see, that's it. I would know instantly.
Which is a distinct Big Bear term.
Yeah, because nobody else. You can tell someone who grew up in Big Bear.
That's how I know people are from Big Bear. It's funny when people from Big Bear, when I recognize down the hill, and they're like, wait, are you from Big Bear? I'm like, no, I just have many friends from Big Bear. And they're like, okay, of course.
Yeah.
It's a very Big Bear term.
Well, you're going,
anything that's not in your immediate area is down the hill.
Yeah, anything that's not Big Bear is down the hill. And so, like, the ongoing joke with my mom is that, like, when she comes down and she, like, oh, we'll stop by your house on the way to, to Orange County, and then we're going to swing up to L.A., and I'm like, Mom, do you know how far apart all those things are? She's like, it's down the hill. Because once you're down the hill, it's just all down the hill. And we'll go over to San Diego, and it's down the hill. That's awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to reading that, because...
Although, to be fair to everybody in Big Bear, that is the most terrifying drive ever.
You earn it. I mean, if you
every time I've driven up and down that hill, I'm always just like, this is how I'm gonna die.
And I've probably done that drive as a driver hundreds of times, let alone as a passenger. So you just get used to it. It's just part of life.
Yeah. And also, there's the fact that you can, every once in a while, get stuck up there.
Well, that's true.
Did your family experience, because wasn't there, like, really bad floods recently?
Yeah, but it was actually in...
well, I know, like, in Forest Home got, like, severely damaged.
Yeah, we had a friend who had a tree fall on his house, and the roads were all blocked for a few days, and it was pretty nuts.
Is that a little bit more east?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not as far up the mountain, I guess you would say. It's
'Cause, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess they had really bad flooding is because of the fires. Usually that's how that
Yeah,
works.
I think so. And then plus they're in like kind of a dead end canyon,
Mm.
so it kind of all
And there
funnels.
was that crazy rain, like
Yeah,
crazy, like it was like flash flood rain.
like out of nowhere, which was cool. We need rain, but
Yeah, we've had a few of those because that happened because like we had the 4th of July and then we had a couple weeks later
yeah.
and like a couple weekends ago where it just like all of a sudden was like, poof.
Whoosh.
All right,
All
this
right.
has been the weather report.
Yeah, weather report. It's right now it's about 73 degrees
All right, we
outside.
gotta get moving. We gotta get moving.
All right, well
All
we'll go
right.
quick.
Well, so I didn't see any new movies. You see any new
No new
movies?
movies.
No new movies.
No new movies.
In my DVD on demand corner, as always, WWE Network, so awesome, the best. I went to SummerSlam on Sunday.
Yeah, tell about that.
It was cool. I met up with Yukon Cornelius
Oh, nice.
from Extra
Extra damage.
Damage. He took Benson's place, and he was a suitable replacement. I was I was concerned that I would get like a casual fan, and they wouldn't
Yeah.
appreciate me, But it was cool. We were on like similar levels, and also we talked about video games, so it's cool.
Nice.
And it was a good time. And the pay-per-view was awesome, and I had a lot of fun. Although I did discover, um, don't buy aisle seats at an arena show.
Really?
You want to know why?
Why is that?
You want to sit in the middle, so people don't. Every time if you're on the aisle seat, every time anybody has to get up to do anything, which is throughout the entire friggin' event, people can't go pee, and when people can't hold it, or they need to get that popcorn and soda, which I don't understand. Like, you paid a lot of money to be here at the show, and like you spent half the time either in the bathroom or the convenience stand. That seems crazy to me.
Right.
Like, by the time when I get to my seat, I'm not leaving. Like, I've gone to the
Right.
bathroom beforehand. If I got a soda, I'm getting it beforehand because I'm paying a lot of money to be there. And the lines at the concession stands are crazy. The lines at the bathroom are crazy. I don't know. And it was some people would get up, and then like 10 minutes later, the same person would get up, and I'm just like, really? Where are you going? And every time it got to the point where I just kind of stood up a lot. So that
All
was a
right.
little
That's good
bit.
to know.
So that's
Other
a
than
little
that,
tip.
though, you well?
And yeah, I could see perfectly. That was fine. Although they did the stage a little differently, so I couldn't actually see when somebody was on the stage. But there was only a couple times where that was a problem because usually they
Right.
walk down. But like Hulk Hogan came out and I couldn't see him because he was on the stage. It was blocked from where we were, but we could hear him and that was fine. And I've seen him a few times, so it's fine.
Okay.
But also Staples Center seats not super fat friendly. I had to kind of it was a little bit, but it was good. We talked about Guardians last week. Where have you been?
Yeah. At length.
Yeah, we talked about it for a long time.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. All right, what else? Oh, big news, big. Okay, first off, there's an AMC app on Xbox. I don't know if it's on anything else, but
Okay.
even if you don't have cable, if you have cable, you can watch like all the episodes. But even if you don't have cable, they still show some episodes of Storage Wars.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put the other one that I watched. I gotta put that. Well, it's Storage Wars related, but so I watched the episode of Storage Wars from I think it's this current season that's on, or maybe it's last season. I don't know. But Dave Hester came back, and holy crap, things got nuts really fast.
I want to see them.
You gotta watch it. Do you have? I think they're on Hulu. They might just be Hulu Plus. I don't know, but you have to watch it. It's crazy. So I think what he did was so intentional. He came back so he's like an auctioneer now, I guess. Or he
What?
has an auctioneer business. So he's like, there's like major bad blood because he's like competing with the Dotsons.
With Dan?
Yeah, but he intentionally goes to an auction when Dan's not there and it's just Laura, and he just goes there specifically to start some shit.
He's heckling. Does he like heckle?
Oh, dude. Well, he gets in he gets in Laura's face and says some horrible things.
Whoa.
I used to be on the Dave Hester train. I can no longer
Not
support.
anymore.
He is he's a chauvinist pig for one thing, and he's just a jerk. Like,
So he's earned his villain.
well, now he's like cartoon villain now, as opposed to like at least sometimes they would humanize him, like when he was donating all that stuff, and like
Right,
when you
right.
find out more about his family and some of his backstory, I'm like, okay, but like now he's just straight up like, I am here, I am the bad guy, and I'm gonna mess up everything. It's pretty crazy.
Oh man, I want to see
And
it.
I think they put him in because Barry has his own show now, and he wasn't on a couple of the episodes that I saw.
Buried treasure.
And they don't have episodes of Buried Treasure on anything, so I can't watch it. Which is I gotta watch it. I really have to watch it. But what they do have the newest they show on this AMC app. They also have the newest episode of, and actually there's only been one episode so far. It's Married to the Episodes. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I think I said whatever I was talking.
Yeah, well, I think you said it out loud.
So it's called Jared and Brandy Married to the Job, and it's really funny.
Is it about their store?
It's about like their life and their store and kind of everything.
Oh my gosh.
It's good. It doesn't have anything involved with like buying storage units or anything, but
Yeah,
it's
but I like them though.
if you like them, then you have to watch. Jared is really funny.
Yeah.
Jared seems like my kind of dude.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's a very laid back person.
He's one of those
And
kids.
he has a total dad sense of humor also.
Oh yeah. But he also dresses very different from what you would expect, and it reminds me of like our group of friends in college,
Yes.
where we all had similar like sensibilities, but everyone dressed like completely different. Like we look like the ragtag band, with the punk and the dude into hardcore and whatever weirdness I wore. Like we all looked so different, but we all had
Me
that
and my
same.
big dog.
Yeah, the big dog. Like it just he would have fit in with us in college. It makes me feel.
Absolutely. And his friends are really funny. It's a really funny. I really like it. And their kids are cute, and I don't know.
All right. Married
I
to
really
the
like it.
episodes.
Okay, then I watched some movies while Brian was here. Well, before Brian got here, and I forgot to mention this last week, I watched The Hangover Part 3. It was okay. It was better than Part 2.
Wasn't it
Say
just like
that.
the same thing again?
They actually kind of mixed it up a little, and it was a little bit different this time around. Like, it wasn't the same gimmick. So it wasn't as horrible, I think. And there was some funny cameos. And John Goodman was in it, and he makes everything better.
Oh, there you go.
And what's her face was in it? From Tammy.
Melissa McCarthy.
Yes.
She's good too.
I'm getting tired.
We better wrap it up.
Then Brian and I on Saturday after we had recorded the podcast. Maybe this was Sunday.
Must have been 'cause he was asleep when we were done with the podcast.
Did we already talk about this?
No.
We watched Elysium and we watched RoboCop.
The new RoboCop?
I was really impressed with the new RoboCop, and you have to watch it because of Samuel L. Jackson. It's like part of your law book.
Really? I didn't even know he was in it.
Michael Keaton's in it. Gary Oldman's in it. It's really crazy, the cast in this movie.
How did I not know any of those people were in it?
I don't know.
Promote it very
but
well.
I really liked it. I don't know why everybody's fussing.
Huh.
I really liked it. I'm 100% behind RoboCop.
Well, with that
And
cast,
I really
have
liked
to see it.
And I thought Elysium was great.
Is that the wait? Who's in that one?
Neil Blomkamp, Matt Damon, the guy that did
Okay.
the guy that did the Alien
What's that called?
District 9.
District 9. Yeah.
It's really freaking good.
Guy that did Plan 9, right?
Yeah, and then because it debuted on HBO Go and I love it, I watched The World's End, and that movie is amazing.
Also, I've not seen that yet.
What?
Bah.
Gotta watch it. Support Edgar Wright. He's working on a new movie with Simon Pegg right now.
Any idea what it is?
I don't know. It's not
I want
Ant-Man,
to see
and
it.
that's still sad. Although they did show Paul Rudd as Ant-Man today.
I saw that.
I think it looks cool.
I think it'd be cool. Hopefully, like they got enough of Edgar Wright's influence, in the pre-production. That
I heard they're like rewriting the script.
maybe so. It'll still be cool. Marvel hasn't let us down yet.
I
I
know they
don't see that.
haven't, so I hope this isn't the turning point.
It won't be. I know it's disappointing, but I think they're going to be okay.
Johnny Depp's in the next Kevin Smith film. I really want to say something, but I think I legitimately would get in trouble,
You shouldn't, but
so I won't.
yes. But
I
yes,
know
we
a
do know
secret,
that.
and we did know that, and I know a secret. Does it?
I know a
That
secret.
should really do a test if anybody's wants to see it. I'm gonna do it.
No, don't get yourself in trouble.
What am I
What?
getting in trouble?
I don't know. Well, then they'll be mad. They're listening.
Who
They,
is?
they, they're all listening.
Maybe people can guess based on what I've already said.
Probably.
Can I put it in the chat?
I don't know.
Both well, there's only one daughter. Oh, their daughters are in it, and they're in Tusk, and I'm gonna put it in the chat.
All right.
'Cause
Don't say anything out loud. It's dangerous.
Bam! There you go. Two people in chat.
Now you know. And knowing is how you find out. All right, so I've been watching quite a bit of reality goodness, Cajun Pawn Stars, regular Pawn Stars, and Storage Wars, all on my on-demand services. Some of which I've watched before, but I just watch it again because it's so good. It's just good, like background, like
Oh, dude, yeah, it's like the best thing for DS and for other
playing
stuff.
DS or even like writing. Like if I like we've been doing some writing recently.
Yeah.
I'll just put on like Pawn Stars in the background or Storage Wars is perfect for that because I already like the pattern is so predictable.
I haven't watched Cajun Pawn Stars. Is it good?
It's good. It's not as good as the others, I don't think, but it's still them telling you about old stuff. There's some fun characters though, and there's like some great like Cajun dudes that come in with the like accent and stuff, and they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun. Again, it's just great background stuff. Like, and it's perfect because I want to have something in the background that I don't have to pay attention to. But then you can like look up when they find like what is this? And then you look up and see what it is. That's perfect. That's all you need. When you find out how much it's worth, then you can keep typing. So, been watching a lot of that.
Cool.
Also, Janelle and I watched a really cool documentary last night.
Yeah.
Called "I Know That Voice."
Mm-hmm.
It's all about like
Billy
voice
West.
actors. Billy West.
They've done like 2 panels for it at Comic-Con, and I keep missing those voice panels.
Yeah, I'd heard of it, and it's on Amazon Prime, and super good. Like if you've ever watched a cartoon in the last 30 years, you should watch this because
It's
everybody is in it. Every show you've ever watched, they talk about, or you see people. They do like a lot of the voices. They'll like just bust them out. Some of them, it's amazing how talented some of these people are. Or like, and maybe you know this, but like,
tell me E.G. Daily is in it.
You remind me who E.G. Daily, like what give me a
Dottie in frickin' Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She's Chucky. No, she's Tommy.
I think she is, but
Tommy. She's one of the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. Yes, she is in it, but I did not make that connection. Part of it is there are so many people in it, like it goes blah 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 blah, and like you don't recognize them because you're not used to seeing their faces, so I didn't put that together. Like Lorraine Newman is in it, and
she's Tommy Pickles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was in it.
And
like
she's
I'm
one of the
99% sure.
Powerpuff Girls.
Because she did the Powerpuff Girl voice.
And she sang the frickin' song in Better Off Dead. Like that's her in the scene where she's singing Better Off Dead.
Well, that's one of the amazing things about it is you will not believe how many like different things one person is responsible for.
Oh, dude, yeah, the guy that was the voice of Duke is like the voice of everything.
Yeah,
like Duke and G.I. Joe, that guy's in everything. And you got like Peter Cullen, and some of the other guys. Well, then Tom Kenny is a straight up in everything, isn't he?
Yeah, and they're all.
Billy West.
All those people are in
Billy West, John DiMaggio.
Yep.
It's like this pretty tight knit group.
And they all know each other, and they like call each other out on challenges, like doing impressions and stuff. Like it's a really fun movie. It's really, really good. Plus, they have like June Foray and
Oh yeah, like the
old
classic.
school ones too. Like, oh my gosh, it's really, really good. If you've ever watched a cartoon like I said, in the last 30 years, you have to watch it. It's
That's a
really good.
movie I definitely want to watch. Mario Flowers brought up in a world. 'Cause it's about the movie.
Yeah, yeah. I love that kind of thing because I don't know. You hear them and you don't know who they are or what they look like. And then like seeing the way that they look and how different it is, the juxtaposition of their appearance with the voices that they can do.
Hmm.
It's a fly got in here somehow. My sanctum, there's a fly buzzing around. Sorry.
So anything else?
Last couple things. I watched Robin Williams stand up on.
His stand-up is incredible.
Yeah, it was like I think it was from 2008 or something like that, called Weapons
Mhm.
of Self-Destruction. Probably not my favorite of his stand-ups, but definitely like he is.
I
He
watched a
was
bunch of his like
solid.
older stand-ups and like some of
Yeah,
the comic relief stuff.
yeah. And then finally, we finished this season of Last Comic Standing. I won't spoil it in case people are
Is it
walking
good?
through. It's great,
Did you
and
agree
they
with?
announced at the end that they're like doing a new season of it. So I'm super stoked.
Did you agree with the winner?
Yes, I did. I mean, there was a lot. There were some really good comedians this time, but we liked the guy the person that won
So
first
now you
place.
have a new comedians to follow.
Oh yes, several. We always wait
See,
till
that's what
after
I
it's
don't
over.
understand why you're on Twitter, because Twitter is a lot of comedians telling funny jokes. And
I
you're
know,
a
but
comedy guy.
I have a hard enough time keeping up on like Facebook feed, let
Yeah,
alone
but wouldn't you
another.
like to have one more thing to have to check?
No, I need to be productive.
No, you don't.
I need to do stuff.
What are you
I
doing?
was productive today.
Okay.
I went on
Did
the
you
roof
finish
and
the
fixed
thing?
our air conditioner.
Oh.
Oh, what were you gonna say?
Did you finish the thing?
I worked on the thing. I'm not quite done with it, but I will probably have it finished to send you tomorrow on the
Hopefully you can
thing.
get it done by this weekend, because that's when I'm going to have time to work
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. There for sure will have it done by this weekend. I've been working on it, so the project that we are collaborating on here.
Put the thing in chat.
Put the thing.
Should we put the
You can
thing?
put the thing in chat. There's only
Okay.
two. Just can't say anything. Um, yeah, that's safe. We trust you. It's between friends.
Is this good? Is that enough? Can I tell more?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Is that good? That's
Um,
enough? That's all we're going to say?
that's enough. Yeah,
Okay.
you can
Okay.
say here. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Netflix. You got some Netflix.
Netflix. Do I have a Netflix thing? Is that my Netflix? That's too much
Netflix.
like. It's too much like.
People are talking about the thing now in the chat. We can't say. All right, do your Netflix.
All right. I watched tons of Bob's Burgers because it's amazing.
Okay.
So funny. Like, seriously, it's so funny. It's so funny, Phil. You have to watch it.
I should probably watch it.
And I love Kristen Shaw. Like, she's fantastic. And her voice. It's like she's really funny, and then her voice is like made for voice work.
Well,
And then I watched
I.
some.
Oh,
Sorry,
good.
what?
No, I was just gonna say I never watched it, so I'll have to watch them.
I watched Best of Raw and SmackDown some more because I was getting
Okay.
excited for SummerSlam. And then I watched Nantucket Film Festival's second comedy roundtable.
Who's involved in that?
It's so it's hosted by Michael Ian Black, and then it is Mike Myers, Ben Stiller, and Seth Meyers.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
And it's funny, and it's really cool hearing Mike Myers talk. 'Cause he doesn't do that kind of stuff a lot. It was good
Right.
hearing from Mike Myers.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
And they talked about Saturday Night Live a whole lot, and I like that because I love Saturday Night Live.
That was very good.
And Michael Ian Black's really funny.
Agreed. I've liked him ever since, well, The State.
Yep. Did you ever watch some of his other shows like Stella or Michael and Michael Have Issues?
I have caught a random episode here and there, but I haven't
His
had
other show
Comedy
is
Central.
really fun. He's so funny, and his books are really good too.
Ooh, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I watched on Netflix is some more episodes of Marin,
Yes.
and it's super good. Actually, my brother came over and we went back and rewatched the ones I watched with you because he wanted to like catch up on it because he
Yeah.
wanted to watch it. So I watched them with him, and then I think we watched like 3 or 4 more, and it's
Did you
super
get to his
good.
dad,
Yes,
Judd
yes.
Hirsch?
Judd Hirsch is his
So
dad.
awesome, so
Very, very
perfect.
cool. Like living in that RV in the front, and yeah,
Yeah, well,
it's very, very good. So I have enjoyed that very much.
breaking Sean's guesses are really.
We got some good guesses as to what we're doing in the chat here.
Yeah.
Um, should we pull the train into the station?
Yeah, I just really quick wanted to talk about a video game that I've been playing a ton of lately.
Okay.
It just came out. It's
Okay.
called WWE Supercard. It's an app. It's a free app on the App Store. It's like a trading card game, and I thought it was gonna be like total like trying to get your money, and so far it hasn't even asked me to spend money, and I've been playing it a ton, and I'm really good at it.
Maybe
And it's
that's why they're not
really
asking you for
fun.
money
And
because
I
you're so
play
good.
it. I played like so much of it. I'm already like I've had like six. My record in the head-to-head exhibition is like 612 and 80, and I've already won the King of the Ring twice.
Wow.
And I have some like really good cards. It's like it's a total collectible game, and you level up your cards, and you get more cards, and you try to assemble like the perfect deck. So much fun. I love it. And it's free. That's the best part. It's free. And I have played the heck out of this game for $0.
All right, so I won't go through all the regular games. I've already said how much I played Disney Magical World, but I'll
Okay.
tell you about the free app that I've been playing on my phone.
Okay.
I've been obsessed with 2048
What's that?
recently. You have not heard of 2048?
Mm-mm.
It's free and it'll instantly get you addicted. It's like a 4x4 grid, and numbers either a 2 or a 4 will pop up, and you combine two numbers together by sliding them across, and they have to match. So if you got two twos, you slide them together, they become a 4.
It's
Yeah,
a
like Sean
clone.
said, it's a clone of the threes.
I don't even know what that is.
Anyway, it's super addicting. There's like millions of different versions of it out there. Who knows which
Mm.
one? But 2048, if you just put that in there, it's free. And my dad and brother are also obsessed with it. And my dad came over today, and we were like comparing our like tactics and stuff on it, and we're like total dorks like that. So yeah, so I've actually been
It's
playing on
okay.
my
As soon
phone.
as I got really into Supercard, I quickly saw that somebody had made a subreddit already, and then I was looking in the Reddit and talking to people about it on Reddit.
Okay, I had a pretty funny
This was
experience
like
this
the
week
day it
too.
came out. Like that's how great Reddit is. Is there's already a subreddit. There's already tons of people talking about it and sharing strategies and tips. And the game just came out. Like I love the internet.
So I spent some time on a subreddit this week for a similar reason, except my kids, they play their DSs a lot, and we got them a couple games recently for on the trip that we went on. And
Hmm.
Audrey's been playing Nintendogs and Cats on 3DS,
Yeah.
and I always thought, I mean, I don't know, looked like it, probably a solid game if you like that kind of thing and whatever. People are nuts about that
Oh
game.
yeah.
Because she was trying to figure out how to do something. I'm like, I don't know, let me just look it up. And like, I got into the subreddits on Nintendog stuff, and like, people go crazy. Like,
You want to go into a crazy rabbit hole also? I mean, I could tell you anybody wouldn't be surprised, but Pokemon.
oh yeah,
Like,
oh
because
yeah,
there's like beating the game, and then there's like this whole competitive battling thing, and that's where people will breed hundreds, if not thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Pokemon just to get the perfect Pokemon with like the perfect stats so they can have the perfect battling team. And like, it is insane. There's like 100 pages readmes on how to like properly
yep.
breed Pokemon. It is nuts. So I
Well,
totally believe that. So is she's
yeah,
wait, she's so is so have you played the Nintendogs?
not much. I mean, she's just kind of figured it out on her own, but she just had a couple questions.
What's her dog's name?
Her dog is
Do you
oh
get to
gosh,
name it?
Polly. Yeah, she named and she you, like talk to it and stuff. It recognizes her voice. So like I'll try to talk to it and it does different stuff because it knows
What?
it's not her. Yeah. So
That's
it's I mean it's
crazy.
pretty cool. She's had a lot of fun with it, but it was kind of a proud moment. Me like going and looking on various forums to try to help my daughter figure out something in a video
You're a
game,
good
and well,
dad.
and Luke too. Because he's been playing a superhero squad game,
Hmm.
and we got to this boss that I could not figure out, and I looked it up for him too. So, but he I mean, they both play it on their own. Like they
Yeah,
know
I've seen them. It's crazy.
it's awesome.
I think it's cool. Like I don't know, these kids like they're like born with that. We weren't. Like
Yeah,
it's gonna be like part of their.
yeah. And it's just like second nature to them. Like I don't have to explain to them like, oh, you press the B button to go back in the menu. They just know it now.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
they still need a little work with the Mario Kart.
Yeah, they are like 3 and 5 still.
Yeah.
So, but
It's still the fact that I can even play a game with like a 3 and 5-year-old and not just want to like throw the controller.
yeah, they're a little. Sometimes it takes them a little while.
Yeah,
to
but it's
finish
still like
courses,
it's
but
still fun. It's and
yeah,
they're still and they have a fun time.
yeah,
That was fun. That was the most fun was playing Mario Kart with all of you guys. It was really fun.
yeah.
Are you just gonna keep having more kids so you can have the full game squad?
I don't know. No, it's kind of
You
perfect
need a
because
player-
right now
You have 4 players.
we got 4 players.
Yeah, you can't have another kid because then
Yeah,
it's gonna be
what
odd
do they
man out.
say? Well, with the gamepad on the Wii U, at least there's some things where you can have 5 people, but not a lot. So I think we have to stay where we're
I
at.
kind of love that gamepad. I'm not gonna lie.
I do too. I think it's great. I mean, I don't
I
think
was
it's as
very
big of a
impressed
game
with it.
changer as the Wii control, like the motion thing, but it's a really cool thing to have. Like, it's
Yeah,
very useful.
I was impressed with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, they maybe didn't reinvent anything, but it's a really solid use of it, and I like it a lot.
All
So.
right. Well, now we gotta wrap it up because it's 9:05.
Okay. That sounds good.
I did take a nap today, but
You've podcasted a lot today, I understand.
yeah, we had another podcast, and I ate a whole bunch of chopsticks at work. Normally on Tuesdays they bring in pizza, but every once in a while they bring in something else, and today was something else, and it was chopsticks.
You're supposed to eat with the chopsticks. You knew that, right? That's
Oh no, I love eating the chopsticks. It's wood taste.
wood. Is it the
Not
wood ones?
chopsticks, pickup sticks. What am I saying?
Yeah, you do need to get to bed.
What's chopsticks?
I don't know. Like, that's the thing you eat the food with.
I know that. What
Or
was
the
the
little
place
thing you
that
do on the
we
piano.
ate? What was the one we always ate at with Rachel? Fortune cookie.
Fortune cookie, yeah. Which is also a food. I'm sure there's a Chinese restaurant called Chopstick somewhere, but
Well, this is pickup sticks, and I ate so much spicy beef. And
yeah,
chicken.
Sean said it's the song from Big.
And yeah, I know that. And then they actually had egg rolls and crab rangoons. Chow
I like
mein.
Big.
Now I'm thinking about all that stuff. I hope there's some in the fridge tomorrow. I'm totally gonna eat that.
Leftovers.
It's probably just gonna be salad left over, and salad goes bad really quick.
Yeah.
Gets all wilty, and there's nothing. Oh,
It's never the same. Salad
I
and
have
French
one
fries.
more thing that happened last week
Okay.
that I have to talk about.
Okay.
I had a bad food experience, and it's sad. I can no longer eat mini donuts. I
Why?
will never be able to eat them again.
What
After
happened?
hearing this, oh god, this is horrible. So in the morning,
Like from the
sometimes,
store. Like from a store, like packaged.
yeah, packaged mini donuts. So,
Okay.
whenever I have change, I'll save up change so I can buy stuff in the machine at work.
Okay.
And they have like mini donuts in the machine, and I'd had them before. And so I got the chocolate ones. What I forgot about was that the machine had been broken for like 2 months, and they never changed out anything when they fixed it. And I just, because it's like 6 in the morning, I am like barely functioning. I haven't had my caffeine yet, so I'm like donuts, coffee,
Little chocolate donuts.
or I'll get a Diet Coke, and then
Right.
and so I got my donuts and I got my Diet Coke, and I sit down, I take a bite of donut, not even paying attention. I'm like going through my email, and I'm like, these donuts taste weird. So I eat another one, and I'm like, these donuts taste really weird.
Why did you keep eating them?
And I look at it. I finally look at it,
Oh gosh.
like covered in hair, like mold,
Oh
like
gosh.
green, like I full on, and then I'm like, am
Oh.
I gonna die?
Why
Like,
would you not? Oh.
it was horrible. And I look at it, and like the whole thing just like covered. I
That's
don't know how I didn't
sick.
see it. I think it was just because it was just I wasn't paying attention. So I threw them away, and I almost just threw up right at my desk.
Oh gosh.
Oh, dude, it was like all I could think about was like I just ate a whole bunch. I'm like, what if I have some kind of like, what if can I die from this? So then I looked it up on the internet a lot, and it turned out like no. And then I'm like, okay. Like when I figured, like at first I was like worried. I had like a
So it
Mark
sounds like
Maron.
a very productive
I
time at
had like
work.
a Marin moment. Like some of the stuff he has, like with his like
Right.
hypochondria, is like, and so I'm just like, so I'm like kind of freaking out. I'm like, can I die from what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen to me? Like I freaked out. And then yeah, as Sean Howe points out, penicillin is good for you.
Yeah, you probably could have gotten rid of an infection just there.
But still, it was I now it's all I'm gonna think. That's all I seriously. They're like, oh, we'll give you. They had fresh ones, and they're like, we'll give you one for free. Because I went to the guy, I'm like, dude, you got to get those donuts out there. I don't want this to happen to anybody else. Get those donuts out of there. They got hair on them. And he came out. He's like, oh God. He's like, you ate one of those? I'm like, yes.
You ate two of them. How did you keep going? I don't
Well, I was like,
understand.
these taste weird. So I ate another.
So you ate another one?
I'm not even gonna lie. It tasted kind of spicy. I was like, this chocolate donut is spicy. What's going on? And I'm like halfway through
Oh
eating
my
it, and I see the
gosh.
hair, and I just like, oh, dude. So it was horrible. And they tried to give me another packet, and I look at it, and I'm like holding it. I brought it all the way back to my desk, and I'm like, I can't eat this.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know when I'm gonna be able to eat another chocolate donut. And so I gave it back. I'm like, can I have something else? And he's like, I understand.
That's sick.
So thank you, vending machine, for ruining chocolate donuts.
Little chocolate donuts.
You would have thrown up.
I would have, but I probably wouldn't have eaten the second one though if I tasted a spicy, weird tasting donut.
It was like, yeah, it was. I don't know why, because it was. It was sort of spicy, and it was like the chocolate was really waxy. Like
Oh
it didn't
god.
taste chocolatey at all. And at first
Oh
I'm
my
just like,
gosh.
they're kind of cheapy donuts, but I know I've had them before and they were fine, so I should have known right away
Spicy,
something
waxy
was
donut.
wrong. Like they had
Ugh.
gone foul, and I don't know
Oh my
how long they had
gosh.
been in there. Like they were probably
That's
old
sick.
already, and then like they were seriously in there. I don't know. It was sealed though, so I don't know. Now I don't trust sealed packages.
Well, that's horrible, and I'm glad you shared that story.
Like I got a Snickers from the machine today, and like I had to inspect it like carefully. Like I opened it up and held it under the light, and I'm like, and then I cracked it open because I'm like, what if it's in the middle? So I'm like, okay, it's okay.
Ugh.
So now I'm terrified of the vending machine.
Yeah, with good reason. That's disgusting.
It's horrible. You know, it's not horrible. It's buying things on Amazon.
That's right.
Anything else today, Phil?
I think that's probably good.
All right.
We don't want you accidentally eating anything else horrible because you're so tired.
Don't forget to go to BenviewNetwork.com for all your Benview Network, all the podcasts, Radio BrendoMan, Popsicles, PillageCast, Matt and Brendo's Wrestling Show, Shut Up Leonard, Nerd's Eye View, Midnight Marinara, all that good
Picture
stuff.
start?
Picture Start, Derek needs to do some more of those, but there are still some
There's some up
on
there.
there. Any news on where Brendo lives next year? I am about to I said by the end of the month I'll finalize my Austin papers.
No, but you won't actually leave until later.
Probably my lease is up October 19th, so that's what I'm shooting for.
Oh. No.
It's happening, Phil. Just get
No.
used to it.
Nope. I refuse. I deny that it will happen.
All right. Thank you for voting against my continued employment and happiness.
No, I vote for your happiness, just not continued employment. Think of how happy we were when we were unemployed together.
Yeah, but we don't live by each other anymore.
You can move in over here. The house next door to us is for sale.
I'm not buying a house. Are you crazy?
You could. Out here, it's so
No, I
cheap.
couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't afford a house. I'm not buying a house.
And you you could afford a house.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't get a loan even if I.
Do you know how
Like,
much less you would pay for a mortgage compared to the
I
rent you're
agree,
paying right
but
now?
I'm not committing to a house in Ukaipa. Also, I would never qualify for a loan in a
What if
million
just
years.
fantasy like imagination for the moment? You could buy the house next door to us, and you could be our next door neighbor. That's a sitcom right there. Brendo moves in,
But I'd
starring
be
Brenda
living in
Tracy.
Ukaipa, and I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
It's amazing. And then there would be no one to complain about my lawn being overgrown because you'd be my neighbor.
I'd complain. I'd report you.
You'd report me.
I'd have to call the city about the weeds. Yes, exactly.
It would be called Breaking Brendo, says Sean, but not because of Breaking Bad, but just because it would break you to live next door to me for that long.
We live almost next door to each other,
That's true.
and that was fine. But I don't know about sharing a fence with you.
Well, some of our fruit trees poke over the fence, and our neighbors pick off of them.
So that family's moving away?
Yeah,
Didn't they live there for a long time?
yeah, I think so. But he got a job. He just finished teaching school.
Mm.
It's not. It's the one that's on the other side. Like
Oh,
as you're looking at our house, it's on the right. So he
okay.
just
I thought it
finished.
was not the one on the left.
Yeah, yeah. No, they're still around. But
The
he just
house
got
on the
his.
right, is it nice?
Yeah, it's nice. It's
What would I do with a house, Phil? I would just I first of all, I'm not
a
going to be
huge
responsible.
podcast recording studio.
I'm not going to be responsible for maintaining a house. I can't afford that.
Sure. Just a big room where you have your computer and your microphone.
Not going to happen.
All right,
Plus, how would I pay for that? I don't even have a job, and it's not happening. Get over it.
All right, so I'm
Josh is
hearing that
here
there's a
to
chance.
No, there's no chance. Josh is here to catch the end of the show.
Mario called it Honey Brendo Child.
Oh my gosh. I'm Brendo. Get me out of here.
Neighbor Wars.
All right. Well, you could move to Austin.
That's true, but I probably won't.
Well, I probably won't move to Ukaipa. So
But probably. So you're saying there's a chance?
you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
Gopher hunters.
Yeah, I'll pay you to get the vermin out of my backyard.
You'll buy my house so that I can kill your gophers. That sounds like an even deal.
Yeah. Plus, you can hold a ladder for when I have to go up and fix the air conditioner again on my roof.
What happened to your air conditioner? Did it just stop?
Well, there's like a hose that drains the condensation.
Oh yeah, we saw that because I pointed it out.
Yeah, it had like clogged, and so the water was just spilling out onto our roof constantly. It's supposed to go down this pipe and drain out into our garden.
Yeah.
And so we got up there with my dad today because I had to borrow his ladder, and the pipe was like clogged up with a bunch of gunk, and we couldn't get into it to like clear it out. And I found some old coaxial cable in my garage that I don't use anymore because who uses
So
that
you
anymore?
use that as like a snake?
I used that as like a snake and got it out. It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty cool. Pretty resourceful.
Yeah.
There.
Yep. So there's a reason I keep all that junk around in my garage because
Now
one day it
you're
might
a
help me fix
man.
something.
A man.
I fixed something and it hasn't dripped all day.
Good job. Yeah, because I pointed out, I'm like, it's dripping, and it dripped on me. You should fix that. And you're like, I don't have a ladder. It's big enough.
Yeah. And then my dad came over. So
Because you have like a world's smallest ladder.
it's 6 feet high. We just have a really tall roof.
6 feet.
A really tall roof. Yeah. All right. What episode number is this?
112. That's
What?
not right.
No, it's not.
12 was the episode of Matt and Brenda's Wrestling Show.
Yeah.
131.
130.
It's on the Hangout somewhere.
131. I thought it was 132. All right. Well, anyway.
132. 32. It's right there. I put it.
Put
It's
it.
right there.
Okay.
You blind?
132 episodes, everyone. That's exciting. Thanks for hanging out in the chat, all.
Yeah. I hope you like the knowledge bombs that I dropped. And yeah. So that's gonna do it for us. Make sure if you want to hit us up, go to radiobrendo.com, click the contact button, and we're at BrendoMan on Twitter. You can also send tweets care of me to Phil, and I will relay them.
My Twitter P.O. box.
Care of at BrendoMan. And all right. Anything else, Phil?
I think that's good.
Okay. I'm tired.
Do it.
So for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Carisi.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. See, we went an hour and a half. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. All right, I'm saving.
Yeah, Brian, I discovered he took a Benadryl because he's been having like bad ear infections, and he said like it just really started hitting him. He's like, I have to go lie down. He's gonna fall.
That was awesome. It's definitely the first time we've had a guest fall asleep, an official guest fall
We've had
asleep on
Matthew
the air.
fall asleep.
We did have Matthew, but he was like more an audience. He wasn't like on a mic actually. So
Yeah, because he was too scared.
Yeah.
We should have Matthew as like a real guest.
We should. It'd be fun.
I'm sure that would get him lots of ladies.
Totally. He is dating this girl now though.
What? Nice.
Yeah.
So he's had a second date?
He's had like a third date, and they're going on a fourth date.
Ooh.
They've told each other they're stopping, like they're not, because they met through eHarmony or one of those,
Okay, Cupid.
No, I think it might have been eHarmony.
Pay for it?
He pays for it.
Oh, so it's like a.
So because he tried like some of the free ones, and there was like other people who were too cheap to pay to go on a dating site also. So
yeah,
I guess he got better results for that. Anyway, they told each other that they're gonna not like pursue other people on it anymore. So yeah, it's like a big deal.
Yep. So. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go to bed. Oh, I gotta stop the broadcast. So goodbye, YouTube.
Oh, now they all know about Matthew's
dating.
Well, that's cool.
Matthew gonna be mad?
No, it's not like secret. In fact,
I know he listens to the stream because he's like brought up things that we've only said in the stream.
We're supposed to go and meet her at some point.
Oh.
When is that supposed to happen? I can't remember, but at some point
we need like a new version of the cafeteria table to like as the test, because that was always a really good test.
Well, hanging around our kids is a good start, like to see how they react.
I just remember a cafeteria table was like the testing grounds for both new friends and also potential girlfriends.
You can hang out there, and
it's like if you can hang out here, you're cool. If you can't, then there's no way this is gonna work.
Right, this isn't gonna work. I'm sorry. No, she seems really cool. She actually plays Dungeons and Dragons on a regular basis.
Oh, that's a keeper right there.
So right there, yeah.
Does she like video games?
I believe so.
Just like whoa.
Yeah, she has like a regular game.
Oh man, that's hardcore. That's awesome.
So yeah, it's not crazy. Uncommon. I'm just saying, it's a good resume item there. I don't know. She seems really cool. She was really jealous that he got to go to Comic-Con and stuff. So she's,
What does she do? Does she meet him? She go to school?
She went to school, and now she.
I keep forgetting that Matthew should have graduated college a long time ago.
Yeah, he's 26 now. So, of course, he will be graduating. Like all his nursing stuff, RN and everything, so it's a longer process as well, but he also got started a little later, so. But anyway, I can't remember now what she actually does for a job, but it's
probably should stop the broadcast.